Yo, Freddie.
Shady, ladies and gentlemen, creative people.
Here we are
Yet
again.
Another podcast. Let me.
Can
Without this sound, we cannot start properly.
Yeah.
There you go.
I didn't do it.
We have a good friend
Cheers.
and a special guest with us today.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, man.
Most
Cheers,
of
cheers,
you
cheers,
might
cheers.
know him from Brass or might remember him from your hangovers out of cachaça shot. Tiago! Boom! Welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for inviting me
Thanks for being
for this
here.
podcast.
Thanks
Very
for
nice.
being here.
Our pleasure.
It's been episode, I think 8 or 9. I have to recall it, but
I think it's number 9, dude. I think we're at number 9 now.
9 already. Wow.
yes, we try to keep ourselves busy.
Yeah.
Sundays is a good way to fight a hangover.
Well, whenever I see your videos down channels, do like really good job there. It's very nice.
Thank
very
you, man.
nice.
We're trying.
Thank you, man. Yeah, we are trying.
It's getting better and better. You know, it's, everything's a learning. Even our podcast here. You know,
Yeah, we
like,
learn by doing.
we learn
It's
by
much
doing.
easier when you can drink along with it because
Oh yeah. Next time I'll bring the cachaça.
I was very scared about. We had this commitment the other day, and I was like, "Is it really happening?" I'm a bit hungover from yesterday, and
Yeah. Is he brings the
I
cachaça?
was like, "Wow!"
I was excited for it. I was ready.
But you never know how it goes. But first of all, once again, thanks for being here and for your
Thanks
time.
to you guys. Thanks to you guys.
As I was saying, you're a very popular face and name. Most of our audience and friends would know you from Brass, but of course you didn't come
just
to
friends.
China to open a bar, right? So
No. My
Yeah.
story.
So what brought you here?
Man, my story starts like 9 years ago.
Quite a while.
Well, 10 years ago, 10 to 11 years ago, I was in Bangkok. My story in Asia.
right.
Yeah, I was there. I went, part of my life, I was in Brazil. And then suddenly I decided to leave, right? To go to Asia. And with nothing, actually.
So what year did you decide to leave Brazil?
Brazil, well, a lot of things happening.
No. What year? What year?
Why Thailand?
What year?
What year? Man, 2011?
10? 11?
2011?
And then you went straight to Bangkok, or
2012? 2011? Yeah, straight to Bangkok. I had someone in there.
Yellow fever?
Yeah.
Okay, beep.
Someone dear to me there in Bangkok, so I went there. I left everything behind and started my life in there. You know, meeting people, friends. And I met this guy that actually was a friend of a friend in Brazil.
All right.
So before that, I used to work in finance, in investment banking, right?
so in Brazil you're doing finance.
I was doing finance in Brazil. And then when I decided to move, everyone said, you crazy. Come on, you're going to Thailand? What are you going to do in Thailand? My dad.
Right.
My dad was like, what the fuck are you going to do in Thailand? You know?
You have a good job here.
Good job here and there. What are you going to do? You're going to chase like ladies over there? You know? There's a lot of ladies here. I was like, yeah, Dad, come on, it's my girlfriend, Dad. That was the time. But then, yeah, I left, right? And then there was a friend in the bank. I was like, hey, I know this guy. He's a crazy guy. He's from a rich family. I didn't know who he was. He left, and then he was in Bangkok. He left everything behind, family. He's in Bangkok. You could meet him there. He's a very nice guy. So then I met him. His name is Felipe. His surname is Kaczynski. He's one of the... His grandfather is one of the biggest entrepreneurs in Brazil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Was like, he doing his auto parts back in the days. His company was, I don't know, was giving revenues of $2 billion. Like
Wow,
30 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's big.
Very big. And I didn't know, actually. I just got there, we become friends, good friends. That was funny. That one time I was in his home, before we living together, I saw a book of his grandfather. I was like, hey, this Kaczynski, is your Kaczynski? I was like, oh, yeah, it's my grandfather. I was like, holy shit, Felipe. And everyone in Brazil knows
This
his
family?
grandfather, right?
Right.
Because he's well known for his
Entrepreneurship,
business skills. A guy that starts from zero, actually. Back in the days, he didn't have money to buy pants. So he used to sew his own pants with like potato sacks and shit.
Fuck.
Yeah. It starts from zero. So everyone having his family as like good business, people. So like, wow, and then become good friends because of him, because he was there for like a bit of time. I met his friends, and then from there, friends of friends, and then I feel home in Bangkok.
You find your community.
I found my community. And then I start work with triathlon. I met a friend over there. He's Ironman champion.
Wow.
By knowing, hey man, I need a job. I was asking people for a job around. I was like, hey, I need a job because my savings was like almost gone.
Right.
And I met him. I was like, Tiago, what you doing before? Finance. I'm good at spreadsheet and, marketing material and stuff. Hey, I need a guy to take care of my finance stuff. And that's how I started.
Right.
And then with them, I also do some training of triathlon.
Okay.
I cannot swim that well, but running and cycling are doing good. It was nice. I also started doing training, like with also a friend that I met there in Bangkok too. At the beginning, we started doing like Muay Thai equipment back to friends in Brazil.
Right.
Suddenly, I was doing like steel, screws, start traveling to China to visit factories, and that's
productions and stuff, yeah.
And that's how my China story starts. Like, was in Shanghai.
So just doing factory visits and then going back to Bangkok.
Exactly, go back to Bangkok. By the time I broke out with my girl, I see, and the business started picking up. I see nothing was holding me in Bangkok anymore. And then I just moved to Hong Kong first for like 1 month.
And your girl was already in Bangkok when you moved to Bangkok, or is someone you met in Bangkok? Initially, when you said you break up with your girl, but you went to Bangkok because your girl was already there?
It's already there.
Okay.
Oh, before we met in US. I lived in US before. Right, we met over there. We started just like this distance relationship, and then she came to Brazil, kind of by surprise. I was on time like on the floor in the bank, and she called me.
Like, hello.
No, actually, she was like, hey, hi. I was like, and I started speaking English right on the floor. In Brazil, we don't need to speak.
Right.
Like during the work, and people look at me like, who's this? I was like, it's okay. It's like, so Nadia, I was like, hey, I need to tell you, I want to go to Brazil this week. Are you gonna be there? I was like, yes.
I live here. Yeah.
I was like, I live here. Okay, come. It was very nice. Come. And then she came. Well, it was a very nice trip. And I asked my dad, my boss back in the time. I was like, hey, can I have like a week off so I could travel? I was like, really? Someone from Thailand is coming for you? It's better not be a lady boy. It's bad to say. But in the finance world, you see, in there, like when you're working in finance, so people, it's very stressful, right? So like they don't care, because nowadays it's very political correctness, time. Back in the days, man, we wouldn't care.
Wolf of New York, Wolf of Wall Street style.
Yeah, because it was just mainly men's and stress, and like, man, would go wild in there. So they're like, hey, it's better not be a lady boy. Come on, boys, come on. It's like.
So your dad was your boss?
No, a friend of mine. When I told my dad didn't agree with my trip. He thought I was crazy.
So you're living with your family at the time?
Yeah. Oh yeah, rent free.
Right. And good food.
Good food. And then going to China, I came here when I started working with trading and sourcing to Brazilian companies. Right, the business was doing well, and I started doing steel, machinery, screws, spare parts, and that's my life. And then my life starts from there. I arrived in Shenzhen knowing no one.
So at a certain point, you literally decide to move to Shenzhen because you were having all these in your hands.
Business.
Yes.
Exactly.
So you stayed a month in Hong Kong and then decided to move to Shenzhen?
It was more cheaper.
Right.
I was in Hong Kong first for a while, and then by the time I go back to Thailand, right, and then I went back to Shenzhen. I was in Shenzhen, and suddenly the business started picking up. I was like, and my friend in the back there in Bangkok was like my boss back in the days. He's like, Tiago, you need to stay more. just get 1 week more in a hotel, 1 week more, and then suddenly like, just get an apartment.
Yeah, just stay there.
More, like really
Just
more.
get an apartment. It was like suddenly, even my stuff was back in Bangkok.
Right.
Okay.
He brought it after, like, I don't know, 1 year, my things.
Okay.
Because I got so busy here, I didn't even go back to Bangkok.
Right.
Right. I just asked my roommate. Back
So you
in
found
Paris.
yourself in China without actually having the plan to move. You just
It's
had
true.
to
It's just-
overstay.
Just overstaying. And between Brazil and China, back in the days I had the business visa. It was just easy for me. It was just, do the visa run from Hong Kong,
Back and
Shenzhen,
forth, yeah.
back and forth. And I just keep staying. The business doing well. I'm meeting more people. To the time I meet Mankit and Pepper.
Welcome,
you remember Pepper?
welcome to the club.
Do you remember Pepper? Yeah.
I was there at Pepper when they opened.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, the day they opened.
Oh yeah. I think I was there too. I think I'm actually. I remember your shit.
Yeah, I was in China, in Shenzhen, before Pepper
Yeah.
opened, because
Used
there
to be an
it
Italian
was,
restaurant.
Angelo, the
Angelo,
the
yes.
current bracceria,
Uh-huh.
he had this restaurant
Yeah.
there. So yeah.
Because once I opened Bras, because I wasn't that, going out much or talk to a lot of people. Once I opened Bras, people start coming and I see it was like, I know this face. I've seen him before.
Right. Yeah,
But I never talk, right?
yeah, I'm the same. Like I can't remember people's names, but like their faces, I know.
Yeah.
So what was like? I'm curious, like from living in Bangkok, because I've never been to Thailand, right? What was one of the biggest like lifestyle changes, or just changes that you experienced from living in Shenzhen compared to the life that you're used to in Bangkok?
I could say like from Brazil, I live abroad before by myself. I was in US first.
Which part of the U.S.?
Maryland.
Maryland. Okay.
Ocean City, Maryland. For me, it was one of the best years in my life, because I didn't have any responsibility with, one thing that I need to do is wake up in the morning, go work in a pizza house. I used to do it.
You making pizzas?
Make pizzas, punch in, check out, go home, party, boom, and go travel.
Right.
I've done this for like 1 year something, 1 year and a half. And then I was okay by myself to live together. And then I go back to Brazil. I was living together back with
your family.
with my family, with my dad, at work, and in college. And I never wanted to stay in Brazil. There was always that feeling that was like, I wanted to leave.
To be somewhere else.
To be somewhere else. Because São Paulo is a nice city, but it can be complicated city. It's like, it's violent too. It's all the time you go and walk, you cannot be on the bar and leave your phone over there.
Yeah, probably gone in a second.
Probably gone. You walk on the street, you need to be scared
Right.
to see your surroundings and stuff. And so you always live in a fear. Brazil is nice. It's my place to be, but unfortunately you have this violent...
You have to deal with the circumstance, yeah.
This violent problem. But then I always wanted to live abroad. Maryland was safe, was very good for me. Once I changed to Bangkok, wow.
It's like wild times.
Super easy going.
Super easy going, super safe. At the first time, my ex, she brought me to eat outside, like a noodle shop next to the street. And I saw a guy stop with his Porsche to eat noodles on the street together, like with the guys, they work on the street, just like passing by. And when I see that, I would never see that scene in Brazil.
No way, not even in Italy.
I would never see that scene in Brazil. I was like, holy shit. I was like, this is my place to be. Because Bangkok has the contrast, the rich and poor.
But they still mingle.
Mingle. Yeah, they have the harmony between each other, right? Even the wrong and right.
Right.
You can see like the red light district.
Yeah.
But also Thailand is a very conservative country. Very religious too. Even when I'm my ex, I had this privilege to be like close to a real Thai family, right? So I could see both sides, and they live well. They respect each other, right? And I was like, wow. Back in Brazil, that thing wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. It would be very hard to happen. And
Even in some areas of Bangkok, you can have very expensive villas, but across the road there is a slum neighborhood, like.
Yeah. I used to live in this building called Talanoi.
Okay.
Talanoi. There's like near Chinatown of Bangkok. It was okay building. It was a nice building. Like I have nice view for the river, but down you have like the how do you say the shacks?
Mm.
You know, like
slum,
slum or ghetto or
like kind of ghetto, kind of slum. You know, and it's all mixed together. You could get into those aisles like Shuiwei. You could see people just living like in small rooms.
right?
And the next week, like a nice house. And then they live well. It's just okay. At night, I would feel very safe to walk around there. That would never happen to me.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. But in China, it's even more. I think I never had problems in China thinking that people might enter my house. I think we were discussing the other day. I went to see like a showroom of doors, and suddenly I see these doors with bars, anti-crime thing that I forgot they exist, because in Italy, even though you have a shitty apartment, you would have the alarm and the door with bars. But here,
It's crazy.
sometimes I live, maybe I shouldn't say this for the others, but sometimes I live without even locking my door. You never know, because it's like I just don't lock it. I don't expect anyone to try to enter. Plus, it's not. I have nothing to steal except 2 cats and some clothes and basic furniture. But yeah. Fuck it. It's like.
But back in 2019, I came back to Brazil. Since I left Brazil, I never back. So my first time I was in 2019.
Oh wow, quite a long.
So it was like 9 years out of Brazil, no contact. And I came back and that was a shock. Right?
Totally different.
Like, I couldn't understand everyone. I didn't even need to make effort, to understand everyone around me. All the accents and everything, okay. I was like, wow, I'm back. I'm back to Brazil. You feel happy, right? Back home, see family again. But walk on the streets. Once I was in the car with my sister. I was just like this on my phone. She stopped in a traffic light. Tiago, put down your phone. I was like, what happened? It's like that guy is looking to you. From the curbside, the guy was scared.
No.
And then, I put it down the phone. I kept looking to the guy. The guy just passed. I was like, Tiago, I know that could happen. Maybe yes, maybe not. Maybe
just grab your phone and run away. Like,
I'll just knock the car because everything stopped. It was like, hey, pass the phone. With a gun, yeah.
Like that.
That's how it usually happens, yeah.
For a fucking phone?
Yes.
Okay, that's...
Yes. For Apple, good phones in Brazil, they cost very expensive. Because of taxes and stuff. The new iPhone is like 14,000. Compared to RMB, like 14,000 RMB, or even more a bit. This money, man, only few people can pay. Right. The minimum wage over there is like nearly like 2,000 RMB.
So they point a gun just to get your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Quite something. Here they don't even have guns.
Yeah.
Imagine. It's true, man. If you want, you cannot have it. I mean, it's not like you ask, okay, you have the license, then you can buy or whatever. In Italy, you can have a license, somehow you can buy. Here, you cannot buy it.
Yeah, but Brazil is crazy. It's crazy. Sometimes I still follow some groups in Brazil. You see some CCTV of robberies and it's all nasty.
I remember during the World Cup, I think this started to be a bit of more under the eye and the attention of the outside, because of course a lot of foreigners, outsiders go there to see the matches, and then a lot of people are waiting for this to. Of course, we have a lot of clients.
Yeah.
We had the Olympics there too, right?
We had
Rio.
Yeah.
And
It was in the same years. I mean, more or less.
It was, and
World
they
Cup
had
and
they had a
Olympics.
big operation to clean up crime.
Yeah, especially like the water areas, which a lot of sewage and stuff would go into the bay, and the swimmers were complaining about the quality of the water was burning their skin and shit like that.
I remember that. It was good for the city, the investment. Maybe some people think it's too much. Nowadays, many of the facilities are not being used, right? I think, crazy. Like with the World Cup that we have in Brazil, we shouldn't have that World Cup in Brazil. We spend too much money in those stadiums.
And now they're not being used or properly used?
No, not properly used, and we didn't need to.
Right.
Didn't need to. Brazil is a poor country. We are rich. There's a lot of, resources in Brazil, but the social disparity in Brazil is very big. There's very more like other needs to attack than just building stadiums for the World Cup, just the world to see.
Right.
They need to attack education, so they maybe in generations they can curb
on the
violence.
long term, they will get back the social value of the investment. Yeah.
Health, right now, there's a big problem in Amazon. They don't have oxygen for the ventilators. They ran out of oxygen for ventilators.
In the Amazon forest.
In the Amazon region.
Yeah,
in the Amazon region, yeah.
Like the hospitals?
The hospitals. Because we have a big problem with the COVID right now. Yeah. And the government, federal level, state level, corruption. And end up that we didn't have enough oxygen, oxygen tanks to be used on ventilators. So there was a risk that hundreds of people could die for lack of oxygen.
Crazy.
It's crazy. People knew this, and they just start sending oxygens there and donations and stuff. And it's not like our thing to give donations to have oxygen in the hospital. It's the government. We are paying taxes for that.
Yeah,
they're not
should
doing the
supply
job.
it,
Right? They're not doing the job. Right? And it's all a mess. Between federal and state, they exchange words. They don't work together. It's crazy.
Right.
Usually people say Brazil is not for amateurs. That's the same Brazil. Brazil is not for amateurs.
I can understand.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, the life is shady. Like in Bangkok, man, I love the life in Bangkok. I love the place. I love the people. Not only for the party, the people really welcome you. The local people.
Very friendly, very open.
Friendly, very open, safe. The contrast. And when you move to China, I also feel the same. Of course, you have the differences. I could feel in the beginning the Chinese were a bit more distant and cold, but that is like language. Right. Like once you know that language, you talk just like in Brazil. People come, they don't know like, oh, you're foreigner. Does he speak Chinese or not? But you exchange some few words, man. They
just open their hearts.
Right. Yeah, they open their hearts.
Did you pick up any Thai by being there? How many years have you been there at the end since you?
2 years, nearly 2 years.
Okay.
Almost 2 years, almost. Yeah, I picked up some.
It's easier. It is easier than Chinese, at least. I mean, I think pronunciation-wise and stuff.
The alphabet, they have an alphabet.
Yeah.
If you learn the alphabet, man, you can read.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know what does mean, you can actually read and pronounce.
Right.
Yeah.
Here is different. You need to know exactly that character to know what it is. It's a different mental process.
Yeah. I feel a bit easier. Yeah, I feel a bit easier. But now I forget everything my Thai. Everything I need to say. Last time I was in Thailand, like 5 years ago, I came back. I was like, oh my God, it's keep coming back. The words, like how to say like the numbers and ask for like price and stuff. It was coming back at Taurai Krab or Pompa Satai Krab or something like that. Yeah.
Quite.
That was fun.
Now, since you moved from Bangkok to China, now it's been what, 5 years, 6 years?
And more, 9, 8, 9.
Oh, 9.
8,
okay.
9, yeah.
I thought
8
it
to
was
9 years
9
old.
since you left Brazil.
Man, I don't even know. Like we're getting old, and people tell
man,
how long
time,
you're here.
Time flies in
Time
China,
flies.
man.
Like
time
last
flies.
year I was like, how long you're here? I keep saying 6 to 7. And then Manu come, Tiago, 6 to 7, man. I came here at the same time as you, man. 9 years, Tiago. I was like, really, 9 years? And it's like counting. Holy shit.
I have the same problem too, but luckily, I have a kid. And so I fucking think of his age. And then I add a few years. Then I add a few years extra. You know, like okay, so he's 7. Okay, so like 10 years.
In the last maybe 2 years, I was always saying almost 10 years, and now I keep on saying almost 10 years. Man, I'm getting into 11
years.
And something. You know, it's like almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years.
Then I feel a bit embarrassed because my Chinese is still on a basic survival mode, like getting goods, buying stuff, getting good bargain, getting home, buying food, getting drinks, and getting fucked up. That's where it stops. And I wouldn't present a project in Chinese, but I mean, after 10 years, especially since I know other languages and I've been around, But of course, I arrived here. I was much older, and it's a different thing.
It's different, yeah.
It's
For
a
us,
different language.
Yeah.
I mean, when you cannot associate grammar symbols and make your mind up to that, it's very different way
at the
of
beginning, it was crazy.
to really get it,
Yeah.
absorb it. You really need to study. It's not another language you can pick up. Okay, you pick up in the street until, let's say, my level, or maybe a
Like bar level.
double level the mind,
Uh-huh.
but you're not gonna be able to speak about your business with a client if you don't study.
No, yeah, of course.
Not,
It's,
not,
it's,
not,
it's
not
a complicated
streetwise.
language.
You need to study. I remember there's one episode. I was going to the factories. I was going to Chaozhou. All right. And then back in the days, there's no train. So I need to take a bus. I took a bus, this, black market bus, in front of the bus station. Hey, Chaozhou. I was like, oh, okay. And then I see how much? Cheap, man. 50 kwai, 80 kwai. I was like, holy shit, it's cheap. I'll save money, And it's always like this. I always want to save money, and then I get get fucked in the end. So that was the bus, that was the story. When it gets on the road, they need to go like outside of the highway to get into Chaozhou.
Yeah.
So the guy, I don't understand. Hey, Chaozhou, yeah. I think I was the only one that would leave the city. Maybe you'd keep going. He just gave me some money. I don't know, 100, 200 kwai. He gave me some money. Hey, just live here. Man, I couldn't understand any Chinese. I was like, my first 2 months over here, none of Chinese. Giving the money, leave the bus. And I didn't understand. I was like, here, nothing. And the guy's just rushing me. Like, here. It's already open. The cargo down. Put my bag outside. Oh, this is my bag. Like, I don't know, just here, and it's okay, blah, blah, blah. And I understand taxi. Right? Taxi.
Call a taxi, bitch.
That's why the guy gave me the money. I was like, oh no, holy shit.
He's dropping you in the middle
Of the road. It was daylight, it was okay. But in the middle of the road, there was just like some convenience store there. My phone, no battery, almost like 5-10% of the old phone. My computer, it's those old Windows, that take like 5 minutes to turn on, and shit. Like, how can I say, how can I contact the factory that I'm here in the middle of the road right now, right? And then that convenience store, hey, charge. This is the guy, charge. Battery, but I understood. And then I could talk and like Wi-Fi, because it wasn't working as well at that time. 4G or something.
Yeah.
And I went, hey, I'm here in the middle of the road. So send me the address. Okay, do you have a car over there or something? I don't know, man.
I don't even know where the fuck I am.
Yeah, like and then they came to pick me up. And then for that I was telling, there's another like episode. I was in Guangzhou and I need to go. I was in Shanghai. I need to go to Guangzhou. Right. The next day, these clients are coming to go to the fair, visit factories, and I need to be there because I need to pick them up from the airport.
Okay.
And then I went to the airport. No flight tickets, only first the first class, like 5,000, 6,000 for a flight.
Right,
Shanghai,
right.
Shanghai, Guangzhou. I wouldn't pay the money. And I asked the lady, "There's another way for me to go to Guangzhou?" At that time, I remember there was no really a system phone so we can actually check what is the best way to go.
Right.
Okay.
I was like, maybe train.
Before we chat.
Before we chat. That was even we chat.
Yeah.
Before we chat. And then back in there's a train. You can go to the train station. I was like, okay, let's go to the train station. I arrived at the train station. The mess, right? People in the counter, and I could see, I could recognize, that's Guangzhou, and I see there's the last train. I was convicted that was the last train. I was like, hey, I need to go to get the ticket. I was maybe like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I was passing by. Get there in the front, and the lady is like, "Hey, Guangzhou," and she's trying to tell me something I couldn't understand.
Right.
until you got onto the train.
Like, no, Guangzhou, I need to go. And I was like, pa, I pay 100 something. Like, holy shit, 100 something is so cheap.
Such a good deal.
For like 6,000 to 100 something, right? I was like, whoa, so cheap. And it's like, here, I got the ticket. I went to the platform, and I could see the train goes fast, maybe it's a bullet train, it's okay. And I went to the train, it's the old one. really old. It's not the old, it's very old. Even rusty. You know,
pushing carbon into the.
No. But I could see they didn't have painting. Like
the paint's rusted away.
Yeah, rusted away on the wagon, and I could see beds inside. At least I can go. You know, it's sleeping. So it's,
yeah.
Like, I tried to go into the first wagon because I couldn't see where I could be. You know, I could be, and then later, no, back. Go to the back, to the last one. When I got that, man, the hard seat doesn't even have a fabric on the seat.
Like tram.
It's like wood or something?
It wouldn't, yeah, just like this. Just like this. And then, I see some seats. Okay, I sat over there. And then the lady next to me, she could speak English. And then she was like, hey, can I see your ticket? I was like, I show her the ticket. Hey, you don't have seat.
No!
I was like, what do you mean you don't have seat? Like, I already put my bag over there, you know? I was like, I was already prepared, you know, for the trip. Like, you don't have the seat. And come like an old lady, you know, this is my seat here in Soki. I was like, hi, really? Okay. And it's like I left, I could see, you know, there's no more seats. And I could see few people, you know, stand up as well. I was like, if they stand up, I also stand up. He said, it's okay, right?
But you didn't know it was 18 hours trip.
No, I didn't know. And then I started talking to her. I was like, hey, how long is to Bangkok from here? And she told me maybe 15 hours. Well, so then we arrived in the morning. Yeah, we're gonna arrive maybe in the morning. Like,
maybe.
I was like, really? 15 hours? Like, shit, and the train's already leaving, you know?
It's too late.
I was like, fuck, really? Okay. First hour, second hour, third hour, you still like, you can bear, like, it's okay. You know, you have your water, and some people selling like peanuts and shit. And then it came dinner time. People opened their noodles, you know, their food, their stuff.
They were prepared. I didn't have no food. They got pity of me. They look at me. I was like, no food. I actually was hungry. And then like one like guy over there, he was like, hey, he you want some?
Offer me, you know, some cookies and stuff. I was like, oh shit. They're very nice. Right? They're very nice. And suddenly, a few hours later, someone is like, hey, you can sit a little bit.
They were empathizing.
They were empathizing with me. And suddenly they're taking pictures with me together. I was sitting there. In the middle of the night, someone gave me just a space on the seat. They have a couple with a family. They just squeeze. The baby was in their lap. And next to the guy, hey, you can sit here. Just next to you.
Give it a corner.
Man. I was like,
it's fucking bliss.
Really, man, really. Fred, I even wanted to sleep on the floor.
Of course, I
just
didn't
didn't sleep on the floor because when I went to the bathroom, it was nasty. It was like shit all over. People step on the thing, step there. I was looking, no. I was like, no. Man, the worst trip ever.
Fuck.
The worst trip ever.
Fuck.
Yeah, man, like I took, not as bad as your story. That story's pretty bad, but one time when my wife wanted to come, we couldn't get a ticket on the train to come back from Hunan to Shenzhen.
Wow.
So she was like, oh, we're going to take a bus. It's a sleeper bus. Man, it was the fucking worst. Like, it was like 12 hours on this fucking bus. And like, you know, my wife's small and like a lot of Chinese people are small. So like they can fit into this little like box space, you know? And me, man, like I'm fucking like twice as big, wide and length, you know, of this little tiny space when I'm trying to like fucking get comfortable.
Just grow like a fetus.
Yeah, but it's not even like, you know, it's like no matter what way I turned or rolled or put my legs, I couldn't relax and enjoy, man. I was just like, and you can't like sit up because like I couldn't, because it's shoot short, because it's like bunker beds, you know, and the fucking train just like this, and then I was like, fuck, man, I'm never taking a bus again. I'm never gonna fucking.
But bus is here. No. But you know, now you remind me, the best bus ever I took was from Rio to Sao Paulo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Actually,
this is crazy. I never seen those buses, man. It looks like a first class, super nice. I was trying to find a ticket and stuff for the flights because I was supposed to stay there 3 days in Rio. I had some conference and stuff, and then I wanted to go somewhere in between, like in an island, and then go to São Paulo. Then I met very cool people. I decided to stay in Rio. You can imagine my first time in Brazil and stuff. I had a week before the other conference in São Paulo. Then I realized I need to get to São Paulo, so I did cachaça. Was very nice time there. But yeah, then I said, just take a bus, man. It's easy. And man, this bus is there.
It's nice.
I never seen
nice,
a bus like this anywhere in the world.
This stuff like this, very nice, right?
It's like, wow, like a plane seats, but it's a bus, man.
Like you can stretch your legs.
You can stretch and stuff, and then it's like double decker, like a kind of tall. You have the fridge, and then so you can use that fridge as well as they serve you food without even hostess inside.
No way. There's like a
bus.
a stewardess bus.
Yeah, they're giving you a little snacks or stuff. Never seen a.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Man. It's good. For lack of railways, at least, the buses are good in Brazil.
Very good buses.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. So so you came here for your trading business?
Came for trading business,
and you're doing this for
since then. Yeah, I still do it.
You're still doing the trading business?
It's my main business.
And then what was the changing point where like fuck, like I need my own bar?
Well, that was Mankit. That was Mankit.
You met Mankit on the way?
I met Mankit on the way.
Because of business, because of partying?
Partying.
All right.
We met. So you met him at Pepper, right?
We met at Pepper like 7 years ago.
Oh, I thought 7 o'clock in the morning you were about to say.
No,
probably yes.
Probably yes. No, when I met him, the guy is just like a bottle. And it's just like one drink only until it never ends.
Oh dear.
So I met him in Pepper. It was just in the beginning. It was just like, hey, hi, hey, what's up? Just, clubbing friends, not really friends. So just say hi.
Yeah.
Suddenly we are getting closer and closer. One time he called me. I was leaving Fuyong by the time.
Okay.
Near the airport. And he called me, hey, Tiago, I'm here for karting. Do you want to come together? You live in Fuyong, right? I remember. I was like, well, I wasn't surprised because he remembered me. And I imagined Mankit as the popular guy back in the time, and me was just going to club sometimes, The girl remembered me. I was like, man, I couldn't. I can't go. I wasn't there at that time. But then we met for dinner, and there it goes. And we get closer and closer, and we started doing business together.
Right.
When we started...
Your business has trading, you mean?
Trading. We started doing wine together.
Okay.
By the time he knows I had this financial background, he needed like someone to do the valuation of this project to get the investment to bring Fendi wines.
Yeah, right, right.
The Fendi wines. Back in the day, so they started working together in this project. That's how we got really, close to each other. In the end, this project didn't go well. Well, we left the project, and then he had the idea to open a bar. He had that place in Shuiwei. I was like, Tiago, let's open the bar. There in Shuiwei. I was like, man, let's open the bar, man. It's gonna be good. Okay, let's do it. I would never think to be behind a counter and pouring beers. I would never think that. But I give this to Monk. I give credits to Monk. He actually dragged me into that.
So you didn't even know well the Shuiwei area, because we both have been around there and stuff, but I guess
no, only MASH. I went to MASH only once.
Right.
Okay.
That's how Shuiwei I know.
So you saw the place, that part of Shuiwei when it's already torn down, or you saw it when it was still old and kind of working with a little shitty place and stuff?
No, they're already moving
demolished.
People out.
Okay.
They're in process of demolishing the things and renovate everything. So the owner of the area is one of the Coco Park guys. Yeah. Right. And as Mankit he has a bar there in Coco Park. So he knows this guy. So he introduced to him, hey, I have this new area, in development. Do you want to take one spot? And then he bring me along.
Nice.
Bring me along. That was nice.
So when you guys first signed up or were thinking about joining the area, did did you guys get like go through like a list of like locations to choose from, and then you're like, okay, we want this one, or is like
actually Mankit chose.
He chose.
He chose. I remember we wanted to choose like the on the street level, but it was more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yeah.
Right? It was more expensive. And Beach was already taken, just on the corners, wasn't good. And then there was a Brás, that spot left. Okay price. Not okay, it was still expensive, but okay. And then we took that one. Took that one. That was scary in the beginning. Well, I didn't believe it.
You were scared?
I didn't believe it.
If it was not part of your normal business and endeavor, how...
At the beginning, I didn't believe it. Monkey had the division, like, yeah, let's do it. It's gonna be good. And then how we started, like developing the logo, how it's gonna be called, the bar.
Yeah, how did you come up with the name?
Why Brass? Why Brass?
The first Monkey came with the name. He's like, it's gonna be Health Beer Bar.
Oh my god.
He came with the story. I was like, I know the bar, we're gonna serve health stuff, salad and stuff. They had this crazy ideas.
Health beer?
Health Beer Bar. And I was like, man, I don't like the name. It's like,
That's not just a good name.
I don't like the name. We even went online on making logos. We paid for someone to do a logo, Health Beer Bar. That was the logo there. And inside of me, man, this is not
I
the
would love to
place.
see that logo.
No,
That's not the
weird,
place,
weird.
man. It's not gonna work. And then suddenly, maybe I was thinking about it back in Brazil. There's a Brás, right? What's that? There's a pizza house there. Maybe Brás, Brazil, Holland. It was always in our mind. And it came a friend once. We meeting this friend. Hey, do you guys have a name for a place? I have Beer Bar. Man, you need to have one name only, guys. Come on. I don't know. You're like Brazil and Sequebla. He's like, what about Brás House? I said Brás. I think he said Brás first. And SS and Monk was like, yeah, Brás. And then he's like, house. Yeah, Brás House.
That's it.
Nice. And then his friend was like, hey, I have credits. Huh? I give you the name of you guys for the bar.
Free beer.
And he comes, sure, you have credits, man. I give you beer. I give you some shots.
Was it quite a journey? I mean, I can imagine in the perception of starting the bar, where you seeing at, okay, now we have a bar, like you're gonna be in the bar, or it's like an investment and see how it goes. But I mean, I can imagine that is suddenly putting another stake of time presence
Exactly.
on the table because of what you're doing.
Because our idea, because back in the time, my trading business still going on. Monkey also, we had other projects too, going on besides Brás. And you only think to be Brás a few months until you find a manager to take care. That never happened.
Yes.
That was the initial plan, right? Yeah.
That never happened.
No, but I think that because bars like Brass and Mambo and stuff, we all know, especially as expats or even as Chinese customers, when you have, let's say, the owner or the manager, the reference person there, then they installs this kind of friendship for which is the reason why you also go back there. I think it happened between all of us. I mean, we met around because of this and that.
It's true.
I'm a regular, but because you're there.
If I'm not there, there's no reason for it to go.
It is not the same. Or maybe because I know so many people, if the one opposite to your street is there,
it's true.
I'm going to be there because I want to chat with him at the end of the day. So and that's how you build up the community. So I guess it takes a lot of the stake of the time that you maybe don't foresee. It takes a toll on you,
It takes a toll on you.
That toll into happening. And then, of course, when you own a bar.
Sure, so some days, I think the same for you, Shady. Like, you're very tired, but you still need to be in the bar. It's your friends. They come very happy to you. You need to be happy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You cannot just be like,
oh, my day's miserable.
Don't talk to me. I'm stressed out. The things like going on well with my other things. And, you cannot be like that.
No.
You got to be a host.
Yeah. The days I'm not like that, I just tell my uncle, the guys, I'm not coming.
It's better that you don't go.
I don't
rather
go.
than
Yeah.
Because it might happen that just because of your bad mood, you fuck up with that person and it feels like untreated. It will not be back, man.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Not easy, not so straightforward as you can imagine.
Yeah, not easy.
Plus, of course, like late hours, drinking more than what you would drink if you were at home.
Yeah.
I can already see if I want to bar.
Yeah, owning a bar is not good for your mornings.
The mornings is true.
You know.
But it was nice. It was a nice experience too. You know, it's very nice to be with Mankit. Monk for me is my brother.
Right.
You know, from another mother. For him, I put my hand on the fire for him. You know, if it wasn't for him, you know, I wouldn't be, you know, have that many things that I have today.
Right.
You know, friendship, business. You know, because he actually pushes me. I also push him as well. It's like, hey, Chuck, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do this.
It's like really drag you into the thing. You might not be starting with that idea, but it helps drag you in.
So maybe because of you guys, when you say like you guys found yourself, so you guys are their partners. I found Mankit. Is my guy, my partner. You know, whatever I want to do, whatever he wants to do, I'm there. You know, let's do it together.
That was beautiful. Then I also feel that compared to also like say many other bars in the surrounding and stuff, you can really feel this let's say friendship thing behind. Also because, for example, sometimes you organize outside events, whether it's the walk or
picnic,
picnic,
it's true.
Closing thing to organize the Brazilian dances stuff. So it's really involving the community beyond having a bar where I want to hear, pay money and give you alcohol. Like you are there, he's there, and it's
true. Even our girlfriends, they're jealous. It's just like I go travel. Mankit call me maybe 2 or 3 times. You know, I call me, yo. We always call bandido each other.
okay.
That's a funny story. Like we watched Narcos back in the days.
Right.
I start watching Narcos. Hey, Mankit, you need to watch Narcos too. And he coming back to the office. It's like, yo, bandido. You know, it's like, sí.
El plomo la plata.
Plomo la plata. No sé qué, bandido. And that stays. It's like, yo bandido. We call each other as bandido. Because there was a scene in the Narcos just like, Pablo, tennis, like, you need to understand. You cannot be in politics doing other things. Nosotros somos bandidos. And he came to the office. Tiago, nosotros somos bandidos. I was like, what the fuck is this shit, man? I was like... And then he stays. And then my girlfriend is there. Someone call me, yo bandido. And she's like, Mankit again. It's like,
are you selling drugs?
Sunday 4 in the morning, where were you? With Mankit. Yeah, of course, you with Mankit.
It's funny, man.
When you guys took over, Breath was the very beginning of the transformation of that Shuiwei part, right?
The beginning, we're the first.
You did the renovation yourself.
Exactly.
And the things.
That was a house.
You broke the fucking floor, right? If I remember well.
Made the stairs.
There was a house. People living there. So you need to destroy like the walls.
You had to kick them out? No, they were.
No. They done that. They done that. I don't know how. But the neighbor actually is funny. The neighbor.
They're still there, right?
They were there for
I see
the
the
whole
clothes.
thing. For the whole thing.
So there's a.
What do you mean for the whole thing?
They're still there.
Oh, during the
Even
construction.
construction, they were there.
But
They were
now
living-
are they there now?
Yeah.
They're still there.
You can see the clothes. They hang the clothes and
They
stuff.
still live there.
So you have a family that's on the ground floor right
It's a
next
family.
to you.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't tell because there is no
Family,
window.
two
They
kids.
have this rolling fence coming. I
Yeah.
mean, they don't have a window
Family,
or a
kid,
door.
one baby. They're there. We saw the baby growing up.
Oh shit!
She was pregnant as soon as you open the bar.
Then
And then, you
saw
know,
the newborn.
the newborn, the baby would come play with us in the bar, you know.
Did they call him Brass?
No.
The little brass. That's funny.
You know, and now it's growing. It's like, hi.
That's cool, man.
That's nice of
It's
Shuiwei,
like
man.
part of the community.
It is.
Yeah.
I love Shuiwei because of this, man. Shuiwei is like, you know, brings all
But
the energy, you know.
I think I told you that I used to live in Shuiwei at the Jinganhao Ding, like the tower opposite of Brasseria on where the spa is. And I think literally Brass was my post office. There was the only post office in Shuiwei.
That was in Braz?
because it was crafted at a certain point.
I've never been, but I remember.
And it was a little road. I don't know if it's the road of because now it also changed. Of course, I cannot recognize it. It's all changed. It was a bit slopey, so either it's the one of brass or the one parallel. But the one parallel, they have this level difference, so it cannot be that one. So I'm pretty sure that it was craft was in the street of brass. And on the right side, there was the only post office that I had in I'm talking 10 years ago. It was a fucking post office. I would be curious. I think it was there, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been before.
And then seeing the change and seeing how it like brought people there, because it's a kind of, for being Fujian, it's like the only cluster that on a daily basis attracts people that like to be out for eating and drinking as Coco Park. I mean, I mean, there can be single places, but as an area,
that's the only one.
I think
Only
it's
one.
the only one.
Only one.
It would be fun if I find those pictures to understand the exact location of those things in the neighborhood. Because you were living back in Fuyong at the time when you started Brass.
The bar? No, when I started Brass, I was living in Jintian. Next to Lianhuashan.
Okay.
I was living there already.
Yeah. And now your business-wise office and stuff, where is it?
In Carry Center.
Okay.
Carry next to Shangri-La.
Yeah. So
Easier. And the office are just easy. It's just me, Mankit, like one assistant we have. And then another friend, we share the office. Not like your office, big like this. Just a small one.
Yeah, but you mostly need to do, how do you say, like remote discussions, right?
Oh yeah, remote management. Yeah, it's true.
You can do it from home if you want. It's like.
Yeah, but it's not the same vibe.
Of course,
it's not the same vibe. Yeah.
You know it well. After 10 years, finally, Shelly moved his ass into my.
I'm like the opposite. Like everyone in COVID's like going to work to home. I'm like fucking 10 years at home, going to the office.
Yeah, but when it's a remote control, let's say talking to people.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Doesn't matter. Of course, I think that moving to another space mentally to do your work.
That's true.
Is different because of course we can work from home. Even me when I was in lockdown, I wasn't as proactive, especially in terms of time management.
Yeah.
I like to work like late at night. Sometimes I have clients, of course, not only in China, so my time zones are fucked up. But in terms of producing what we do, of course, we need meetings and models, draw things on the fucking wall.
You need to have a place. You need to have a place.
No, I'm looking forward to this change in my life.
Sure. You even want to be back home, Shady. For me, I like to be in the office. Sometimes I think it's a waste for me to have an apartment.
Yeah. I for sure spend more time in my office than my home.
Yeah.
And even if
I think
my
situation is a little different from you guys. Like,
family,
family,
It's hard.
It's nice to go home and spend time. I mean,
for the kids, it's true. It's true.
I like to be around my kids and my wife.
It's true.
And enjoy that. So I think that's it's not so much like where I work, but mostly like I was there every day, to be around my family.
Oh, that's nice.
Now I'm going to be most of my time away. So I think that's the biggest change
for yourself.
To the equation.
For yourself.
And then I need to find the balance of like,
be here
family time and work time. Before it was all one big mix.
Is it on this side? Is it affecting a lot between office and brass time? And I guess also, let's say, home time. Probably your girlfriend is very jealous of your brass time.
Oh yeah. She was like, you never have time for me and this kind of stuff. You prefer to make your business than see me.
But she can come to brass though, right?
Not often.
No?
No, not often. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
You need to find the balance. Because also, when you have the bar, is a kind of a business that, as we were saying before, it takes a lot of your own personal time, because it wouldn't be the same. It's not about you're there checking stuff for running stuff, but it's about if you're there, it makes a difference.
It's true. Even right now, me and Mankit, we're like, hey, we need to stop because we have a lot of things to do too. So right now, we only stay 2 or 3 times a week. Other times, we just don't go. People call, Tiago, are you here? I was like, sorry, I'm not there. I'm in the office, right? I'm in the office. I even show sometimes, I'm here, still working. So I don't make people like sad, like, you don't want to come to see me or something.
Before leaving, you make a video, you post it in the day
after. No, it's true. You
have like 20 of them on rotation.
It's rotation again.
No, but especially you also have the group of brass and people that are very interactive about.
Oh yeah, that's.
I arrive here and I'm here. Who is there? And then you meet people.
That for me is impressive of people.
It's crazy, right?
They're really active in the group.
By themselves.
Yeah. It's so funny. Sometimes, people put some joke over there and people increase the joke and increase the joke. When I look at it, like, holy shit, these people are crazy.
No, but it's nice. I think that this wouldn't happen if they don't have a nice feeling with the let's say local community.
Yeah.
They know that they find cool people. It's even me. I mean, I met some people in Brass that even now we are becoming more friends. We would meet in Brass.
Yeah.
Oh, where are you guys?
It's true.
Right?
It's true. Even like one of the groups, that was like this lady carrying a keg on a flooding. And some people put like a disclaimer: some heroes don't wear caps, capes, right? They don't wear capes. Yeah. And some other guy, some heroes is braless, and they go like, they go crazy. They are braless, brasless.
How do you feel in terms of neighborhood and community, in terms of business and owners wise? We both know there's a lot of places came and go around there, for one reason or another. Yes. But since the very beginning, you have been there. How many? I mean, let's say out of 100 places that are there, how many are still there from the very beginning, as much as you?
Man, I could count 2.
Really?
2 original places?
What, Vicha,
No. I mean, my street.
Your street. Okay.
2. Okay. Let's say 2, Vicha, and other restaurants. The restaurants, they usually there. Maybe 5, 6. Yeah.
What about the place at the end of the street with the circular door?
Oh, the circular door? Oh, they changed the owners already.
They changed the owner, right?
Yeah. They changed the owners.
That place is super nice, man.
It was super nice, yeah.
Yeah, they took a long time to build that.
Yeah.
The guy that built, a guy with money. So he wouldn't buy chairs. I think Shay, the VLEDs speakers, 20,000 RMB, Bluetooth speakers. They're amazing. I even wanted to buy. I almost bought in Hong Kong when I saw it. All right, the guy had 5.
Fuck.
And then when I look at that, wow, this is nice, and he's showing to me the lighting system, and I was keep thinking, man, you need to sell a lot of drinks to pay this shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Because it comes from people that never do business before. They just had the money. They're just like, whatever.
I want to have a bar. I want to have a bar. I want to have a restaurant.
It's like buying things for their own house.
Yeah, just
what is nice.
Yeah, be pretty. And suddenly, after 5 months, 6 months, they see it hurts in the pocket. The money's not coming back. This is the guy's left. I think he sold, and a new guy left, and those speakers is gone.
Oh fuck!
I was expecting, like on this. Trying to scavenge those speakers. Hey, 10K, I pay you 10K for this one.
But it's the easiest to sell, probably.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. And in terms of redoing the place and taking care, like design-wise, I mean, I'm not talking about the brand, but about the space itself. You told me, I remember, it was the 2 spaces. It used to be an apartment above, so you connected them. There is
with a hole with the stairs.
You guys designed and took care of all the things yourself. How did you?
It was man. The part that was a designer, like a friend of Mankit. He also Dutch, Chinese.
Right.
He came up with the design, and he come here like, no, change this. We like this stuff. We like this stuff. So he done the final design and come with his team, the construction team, to do the whole building. He usually do like designs for shopping malls, like big auto constructions. Because we are friends, you're like, okay, I'll do your bar, you know. And his portfolio, when you see his portfolio, is all big stuff, and suddenly there's a bar there.
But it looks nice, man. He did a good job.
It's fun, yeah. It's nice. They came, like, you know, the construction, when you open, the workers came back. I was like, whoa. It's nice.
They were surprised.
I was like, man, that's your work, man. I was like, well, they were surprised. It was very nice.
And you were one of the, in that street, one of the first that managed to open? Because I know that it all happened in parallel, but then I guess someone was starting a bit later, earlier.
Plus 9 opened first.
Plus 9 happened.
Plus 9 opened first, and then we opened. And back in the day when we were opening the bar, it's funny because there's no customers. So we know all the owners.
So I guess all the owners were kind of
all the owners drinking
friends.
yeah.
But that's why I was saying it also strengthened the community feeling, especially on the ownership side of like you're all doing this together. Maybe some of them they have other 7 bars, whatever, but then someone like you never had a bar before.
Yeah. And we're all helping each other. We don't see as a competition because we know if you're busy, we also naturally we're gonna be busy too. You know, so we're just friends nowadays. Even go to barbecues, hot pot, you know, be without shirt, drinking by Joe and shit. You know, last time we were drinking like the hot pot. Suddenly one guy without shirt, another guy without shirt. Yeah. You know, Gambay.
Did you go without shirt?
I took it out shirt too.
You're a real local.
It was not a pretty scene, man.
Who would have expected this area to become what it is now? Did you have when you had Mambo was already the 1862 started to be as it is? Or?
So when Mambo first started, there was no 1862.
So it was still
it didn't exist. And then when I joined Mambo, there was still no 1862.
Really?
It was a year later that the 1862 project opened. Like I joined Mambo, I think they were still like we knew it was gonna happen, but it was it was a construction site, you know. And even me and Mark were like looking around, like looking at shops. You know, what do we think? What take this one? You know, do this one. You know, we had ideas for doing some business.
Nice.
But
yeah, by constructing that, I met you guys. I met Mark for the first time. Yeah.
No, it strengthened a lot of this kind of community feeling. Suddenly, I mean, as I told you, I lived in that area before. I mean, there was no the first one that came there was
Juice Baby.
No, well, I think Juice Baby was already there, but Angelo from Bracciaria was, I'm pretty sure, the first one, and then maybe Evil Duck. But this is the other part, not the one they renovated. If we go back in the years, as I told you, Crafthead was the very first one when there was.
Craft Baby was before. Crafthead was before Juice Baby.
I think before Mash, even right.
But for sure before Mash.
Yeah,
100% before Mash. Yeah. I'm not sure about Juice Baby because on my side I discovered Juice Baby later on. Basically, I didn't walk all the way there. Yeah. And even though, you know, my favorite restaurant where we did my birthday and stuff is down there, but somehow that between that restaurant and between the backside of the thing, I never walked.
Right.
So I don't know what was going on the street. Basically, the one facing the soccer field. Where Vicha is facing, I was not walking through. If I was going between places, I would cross. Diagonally, the urban village. I wouldn't go all the way to the far side to go straight. So I don't know, but we will find out.
We're gonna have Juice Baby on our podcast.
Oh, that would be very nice, man.
Man, he's got some stories.
That would be very nice. Yes. He has stories.
Yeah,
he has
stories.
stories.
He's been here a long time too.
I'm sorry. You need to put his video. Have you seen this video?
Yes.
The last one, someone done it. The video. Oh, Juice Baby.
Yeah.
You didn't see that one. Juice baby, oh juicy. Just remember the shit. I was like, holy shit. You know, just maybe in the pandemic time, there was like, okay, everyone is closed, right? And I have apartments upstairs, Bras, for my staff. So my staff wasn't there. So I need to go there to pick up some stuff, right? And then just baby also lives upstairs.
Oh, he lives above
Bras?
Not above Bras, but in other buildings, right?
Okay.
Plus 9 above.
Oh, okay.
Plus 9 above. So he lives there. Right? And I saw one time, I was leaving the building. He's there sitting on the ground floor. You have the barriers. Remember those barriers?
Yeah. Right.
So the whole village was closed. So there was the barrier. And the other side, the teachers, all his friends, like 3-4 guys. Yeah. And just baby on this side, they drinking beers. And I took a picture and I put in the group, hey, just babies are already open. That was so funny.
Perfect, man. Oh dear. But he's been there. But I know that he had another place before. So I mean, for sure we will have the chance to get into details with him. But yeah, I think it is not as old, that location, because he had another place before. So
I mean, he had Godfather for
the Godfather,
but Juice Baby was open a long time before. I don't know about long time, but Juice Baby was open before Godfather was.
Oh,
but
really?
That Juice Baby, I mean, exactly that in terms of
yeah, maybe not. I mean, I don't know. So we'll have to find out.
Let's find out, man. That's Juice
man.
Baby.
We'll find
out.
Man,
this guy is
either through the podcast or later as we pass by.
He's funny. Yeah.
No, we have to get him on the podcast, man.
He needs. He have to come. Yeah.
But I think with Juice Baby, it's gonna be like a long episode because I mean, he like just like sitting there and talking with him, man. He has so many stories about China.
But it's pleasant. It's nice. It's
cool, man.
You can even divide it in 2 episodes or something, right?
Right. Part 1 and part 2.
Part 2, Godfather, Juice Baby.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I like him.
I like him too.
No, but it's nice how again how all the you go to Vicha people come to Bras, Juice Baby come over. And this makes even your own customer go around all places. So it's not creating a enemy competition.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I think everyone is supporting each other.
Yeah.
For sure, in the beginning, yes, nobody had customer because it was a fucking new place. Nobody knows it, right? but even though I don't know. I might come there because at that time, whatever, woodpecker, and then I come over to Brass with Flo to drink Elvis juice, and
it's true.
And then this is not on there. We
go back there, Jägermeister, and cachaça.
Exactly. Let's do a Jägermeister here. And then even me as a customer and as a friend of most of the people there, I also have the feeling of okay, if I come there. Let's have a few beers at Brass, and then I will have the last one in Vicha. I might eat something back in the days of woodpecker, because like
the whole community. That was nice.
So
that was
you
nice.
Also want to be fair with everyone, and it's like I start from Mambo, and I come up, have a last one, or even if I just pass through because I'm already drunk, at least I say hi. You know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I was sad, man. I was sad when Woodpecker closed, because I mean that was like. I mean, it was cool, like, when Flo was there.
Man, I like Flo, man. Yeah. I like Flo. It was just crazy sometimes. I like him.
Dangerous as
It's dangerous,
But we still have the photos up there in Brass.
Oh, yeah, he's doing makeup.
And
with my friend, we're doing makeup.
My girlfriend, Sarima, with the terracotta. Everyone with the makeup. And
we were end up with makeup, man, in Brass.
Terracotta night.
Yeah. And then Flo, when he had this party, the burger stuff, it's like, I don't know what they're doing there. And suddenly he's just like, show the ass, man, show the ass. He's like, yeah. I was like, Flo, man, come on, Flo. You don't do this shit here, man. Come on. One day he came in a place, Tiago. He came inside the kitchen. I was like, Flo, what happened, Flo?
Very serious.
Very serious. He was very serious. Very scared. It was the first time I saw Flo. He's scared, man. He was shaking. He was like, Flo, what happened, man? What happened? I thought someone would come to, beat him up, with a knife or sheet. What happened, Flo? Man, 2 girls in the same place. Holy like, really?
Pale and white, like
you're 30, man. This thing is still happening. You're like, I thought you learned, And I came outside. I saw 2 ladies there. One sitting there, one sitting there. Where's Flo? Where's Flo? One, she has like this, shaved head. She seems dangerous, man. I was just like, is Flo there? I was like, yeah, he's here. He's just doing something for me in the kitchen, He's coming. Then Flo's just coming, like, hi, baby. Hey, Flo, man, come on, man. It's like, holy shit.
Police can bust to you or prohibitive visa. No, man, 2 girls.
2 girls in the same place. It's Flo, man.
Oh gosh!
Holy shit, man! He was scared. I've never seen Flo scared.
Can be the most. Can be one of the most dangerous situations.
That's fire on fire, dude.
Fire on fire. Wow, man.
Well, thank you.
Was great.
It was
Thank
great.
you, Tiago. I think most of the people that are listening to us already know where your bar is, but nevertheless, we will have
give it a plug.
All the links, connection, WeChat,
it's okay, it's
things,
cool.
whatever, in like they do in our description below
It's
somewhere.
cool, it's cool.
And we will see there very soon. I'll almost see you on a daily basis. It was great to hear all the stories and
thank you, cheers
and stuff.
Thank you,
boom. Don't forget to follow us, subscribe. And in next week, we're going to bring someone else on our show.
Go check out Brass House. Is it Shuiwei? No.
Shuiwei.
Technically Shuiwei?
Technically Shuiwei, yeah. Shuiwei Chuan, Yasan Leoba, or 1368 Cultural Village.
And I heard that soon there's gonna be a ass house party. We are not gonna reveal too much yet. I forgot about that, but keep following us.
It's
You will know.
It's their things. It's not mine. It's not mine. It's their things.
It's our fault. It's our fault, but you won't regret.
I won't end up in jail for that.
It's one of those 3 days a week where Tiago might not be there.
I won't be there. I'll be far away.
Oh, thank you, everyone. See you soon.